Holy schmoly. This is an amazing shoe. We are reviewing the Adidas Adizero EVO SL. Now, I done a little short on this the other day after my first impressions run, and this morning we just got done with 8.5 miles, did a 2-mile warm-up at around 8-minute miles, and then I did 8 times 1k repeats at 6-minute miles with a 60-second float, and then 1 mile cool down. And this shoe, it just makes running so effortlessly. So this big slab of Light Strike Pro that you get here is the same as the Light Strike Pro that you get in the Pro 3. So if you've ran in the Pro 3, this is the same foam, but without the rods. I've ran in the Pro 3, I only done 5 miles in the Pro 3, as you'll see in one of my previous videos, but I prefer the foam in this, without the rods. Don't know why, I just do. This runs absolutely amazing. Like it promotes a much quicker turnover. My average cadence is around 179 to 182, but in this it's up to like 187, and you do notice it. You notice that straight away. The lacing system, lots of people complain about. I don't mind the lacing system at all, especially coming from, you know, using some of Asics. They're not the best. People complain about the tongue not being gusseted, but that doesn't bother me. I'm a 42-year-old man, and if I can't get a tongue right, we've got an issue, you know. So yeah, like that foam is absolutely amazing. It's completely different to the Light Strike Pro that is on the Pro 4. That's completely different foam. Completely different foam. If you consider the foam on a shoe as the engine of a car, and then you change the foam, you change the engine, you've got a different car, right? Same with the shoe. So this upper, very breathable, that you can see my fingers through it. So on cold mornings like today, you can feel your toes getting a little bit cold, but warm up straight away anyway. That grip, that Continental grip, is brilliant, very sticky, but not as good as Puma's grip. That Puma grip, I've never run in anything like it. That's the best grip, but this is still good. You know, it's that famous Continental rubber. You'll have no issues with it. One thing I will say about it though is, because of this foam, like you don't feel that this is sort of sitting in the foam. You kind of feel like you're on top of it. So when you go around corners, you feel like you could sort of like slide around or slide off it. So turning corners in it isn't the greatest, but then that could be due to the fact that you've got a lot more room in the upper. You still get a decent lockdown, but it's not like the Pro 4. Like when you sit in the Pro 4, it's like putting on a slipper, a tight slipper, very, very hugging, which is a nice feel. This I prefer this because I like room. I like to, you know, sort of like I like my feet to be able to move around slightly, especially when going downhill, because when you're going downhill and all your toes kind of like push to the front. So for me, I find that going around corners, because of that, because it feels that you're sitting on top of the foam. The Nike Invincible 2 was like that as well. You felt like you were sitting on top of it rather than in it. Whereas like if you look at the Super Blast, for example, this here, like if you can see like the heel counter where it goes into that, like you're sitting in the foam. Whereas on that, it feels like you're sitting on top. But do you know what? This still rides better than that. Better than that. Anyway, I'll do a review of both of these one day. But this one is about the EVO SL right now. Absolutely love this shoe. And for 130 quid, like you can't go wrong with that. You cannot grumble with that at all. Beautiful shoe, fast shoe. I've got a 10k coming up at the end of the month, so I'm going to run a PB in that. Might run it in these, or I might stick to the Meta Speeds. Not too sure, but yeah, just wanted to do a quick review on this shoe. Like for £130, this is worth it all day long. Something else I don't like is, I don't know if you can notice, but they do kind of like go to a slight point. So when your toes are in there, You feel like they're, you know, sort of like that. On my left foot, I've got a very, very, very slight bunion here, very slight. So I can actually feel my toes, you know, sort of scrunching up a bit in this. I've still got enough room, but due to the shape of them compared to like other running shoes, but again, that doesn't really bother me. It doesn't change the run. It still runs absolutely amazing. It's very light, promotes a quick turnover. The energy return from this foam is just incredible. It really is a good shoe to run in, and it looks amazing. Look at that. You know, it's a good lifestyle shoe as well. So there you go. There's my quick review of the Adidas Adizero EVO SL. I'm not going to buy the Pro 3 now. Don't need to. Got this. Still going to buy the Pro 4. I'm also going to buy another pair of these to put away in the cupboard somewhere, because they're just that good. So anyway, enjoy your weekend. Take care.